trying something different for the second video. Let's see how this goes. I've avoided recording because I was being self-conscious. So let's how about you read that for me, Shawnee? I have a guest. Read what that says right there.
Jeffrey Toobin can't be the only person masturbating on work Zoom calls.
Oh yes. So, if you didn't catch the headline, Jeffrey Toobin is a anti-Trump CNN host, and he decided to whip out his. He decided to whip out his.
Wait, he works for CNN.
Oh yeah, he works for CNN, and he decided to whip out his poll there, and not only just whip it out on the Zoom call, he decided to start stroking it on the Zoom call. Now, mind you, this is a business Zoom call they having to discuss the possibilities of what might happen on election night. And he just says, "Well, I thought I was muted." Now, mind you, not thought that I turned off the camera. I thought that I was muted.
Well, we can still see you.
We can still see you, right?
Like, I'm a little confused as to why he thought this was the... Okay, also, there's a lot of questions here. There's a lot of unpack. Okay, one, why this Zoom call? Two, what about talking about the impending election makes you that horny that you're like, I'm just gonna...
Hey, man, I don't know, because there was chicks on here on this call probably. So, maybe he was looking at one of his coworkers and was like, let me just mash one out real quick.
That's why when I would be on any call, I always had my camera turned off. You did not see me.
Oh, you were DJ mixing it up?
No, I mean in terms of I don't want him just creepily staring at me,
okay,
making weird internet like webcam eye contact.
Okay, so if that wasn't bad enough, my girl here, what's her name? Sachi Cool? Sachi Cool? School?
Oh, this is Buzzfeed? Oh,
this is Buzzfeed News. She decides that who hasn't decided that they just want to rub one out on a Zoom call? Who let's get into the article.
I don't understand how she's writing the article from this perspective. Like,
and she said, "Hey, I mean, who among us? Yesterday was a fun day on media Twitter. You routinely the worst of all Twitter subcultures. Yes, it is very much the worst of all Twitter subcultures." She says earlier Monday, Vice reported that the writer and CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin had been suspended by the New Yorker for, cranking one out on a Zoom call. It took place last week. The call was an election simulation featuring many of New Yorker's biggest stars. And it had all these people. Dene LaCave and Master, blah, blah, blah. Toobin, among others. What you got to say?
I just think that there's a time and a place, obviously, and this was not the time or place. And for Buzzfeed to honestly be like, it's okay, I'm sure he's not the only person who does this. Like that's like if he were on the bus and just decided to whip it out.
Like the Dave Chappelle skit. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Dick away. Like he did. Like this is essentially the equivalent to that. And the fact that like she's writing this article from the standpoint of it's okay, like, ma'am.
The dog jumped down.
Oh yeah, I'm like, ma'am, would you be okay with like you're on a Zoom call and some dude just whips it out and just starts stroking it up like while he's gazing into your webcam at you?
We don't know if he was like gazing at somebody, but I mean, like, are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised as to them excusing this because he's an older man. He's not hot or anything like that. And usually when you're hot, you can get away with a lot of
stuff. He's
an
anti-Trumper though.
Oh, so that's the card that he's got there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, lucky him, I guess.
And the election is coming up, so we can't We can't make our allies
I
look
feel
bad.
like at any other season and point of the year, this would be considered some weird way, straight form of sexual harassment. Like, I feel like that would be what they'd classify this under. This is very strange. Like I don't think I didn't get up today expecting to see a story like this. So there's that.
She says the most striking of all though is how bizarre it is that we haven't read thousands of stories like this during the pandemic. We are almost finished with our 7th full month of quarantine, a hellscape of endless Zoom happy hours. No one likes them, and she put in parentheses, no one likes them, and I'm glad that we seem to agree at the same time. 3 months to just cut it out. Zoom work calls. Oh my gosh, she puts a lot of parentheses in here. A lot of me not wearing pants and trying to figure out new ways to explain why I can't go into another room to get a notebook I forgot because again, I'm usually not wearing pants.
Have these people never worked from home before? Like, I mean, I worked from home like consistently for a year, and I always had clothes on. I mean, sure, I was in my pajamas at time and I still had my headscarf on, but I didn't leave the camera on. So, and if I knew there was a meeting that I did need to leave my camera on, I got dressed like fully. Like I'm having such a hard time. And also, do you normally just rub one out when you're at work? Like on a regular basis?
It's not a very sexy time for that.
No, I mean, somebody always wants something. You're always getting some type of IM. People are emailing you. Like,
yo, imagine like you gotta get on call with a user and be like, let me troubleshoot your issue, and you're just in the middle of going through, you know, your thing, like, and this user's like, hey, I called in, and your coworker calls you, hey, I called in, I'm calling you because this user's calling for you, and you just gotta be like, I can't take the call right now. Like, what do you do with that?
I think the most lax thing I ever did while working from home was I did a face mask while in a meeting. Like, honestly, that was the most lax thing. I did a face mask. That was,
hey, this girl said haven't we all done something at work in normal circumstance we never do during a meeting? I mean, I guess that's your face mask.
But the meeting was very brief. It was amongst me and my 3 other team members. We never have our cameras on, so our project manager, you could always hear her in the morning meetings in the kitchen washing dishes and stuff when she met with the 3 of us, but I don't think she was ever doing that when she met with anybody like important, you know? Like, we were all very much attentive and nobody was, I mean, it was 4 women. Nobody was DJ mixing it up during the meetings.
Hey,
like, I just...
if you don't know that reference, that's from a chick out here. She was on her OnlyFans on the hood of someone's car. You know, posted some OnlyFans content in the shop.
I just don't understand like why this writer is writing this for me.
I'm sure have turned your video off for a brief moment during a video call to take a big hearty puff of a joint, and turned it back on when smoke fully dissipated and your eyes looked miraculously droopy. I, of course, have never done this, as I am a good employee and have never done any drugs at all.
Okay, so...
And she says in parentheses, my review is next week. Please be cool.
Oh my gosh, this writer's like desperate attempt to be quirky in her writing.
It's too many parentheses
here's my problem. This isn't a fanfic. This isn't your blog post. This isn't going on your Tumblr or your live journal or whatever the hell, or, you know, this is Buzzfeed news. This is an actual publication. It upsets me as someone who has
homeboys.
It's upsetting me and my homegirls as someone with their degree in journalism to really read this, and she thought this was it. And her editor, her editor read this and was like, "Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah,
cool. Let's
yo, Sketch. Like, I love it. I feel like they do call her Sketch. Like, if her name's not like sketchy, then my apologies, but like it like deadass. So I just, oh man, this. If you're calling yourself a good employee for not taking a puff of a joint and then turning your camera back on, then why on earth are you not condemning this man for literally whipping his dick
Yo,
out?
mind you, this man really did this and whipped it out. He got fired for this, man. Uh-oh, the dog wants to go. intermission. I'm just gonna edit that out. Yeah, actually, I might not edit it out. It doesn't really matter. I probably will. But yeah, I like this man got fired for this. Like he got fired.
Did he get
this.
fired or did he get suspended?
Suspended. Oh no, I'm sorry. He got suspended.
Yeah, he got
because
suspended.
Again, CNN got to protect their own. And, people got to protect. We
That's
in election
weird.
cycle right now.
It's a no for me, dog. Like, it's just,
Yo, just imagine being on a call, and even if he wasn't looking at the girls, like if I'm a dude and he's out here checking me out, that's weird, bro.
that's uncomfortable.
That's weird.
Several strokes later, he's still maintaining eye contact. Like,
And then talking about, oh my bad, I didn't know y'all could see me. So you would do this if I didn't know you could see me?
He said, my bad, I didn't know I wasn't on mute. And I'm like,
that's from what I heard, it was mute. But he said, I didn't.
oh my lord.
Okay, let's keep going because we got a couple more. Okay, the people most engaged in some sort of effery. YouTube sucks, so I can't just curse during the work Zoom. That's the benefit of all this time working at home. The aberration in our routine allows for deviations in our day, which can include pleasure. You're gonna tell me you've never taken a quick 3-minute midday crank of your heart? Like, why is she writing like this?
Like,
to smash your meat, to butter your own muffin.
Oh my gosh, man!
There's so little joy left in our lives.
Oh my
As
goodness.
we are not the least bit old. Are we not at least owed time to toot our own horns? Not on work time, my dear. Not on business time. You cannot toot your horn. You can't DJ mix it up. You can't twist it. You can't pull it. You can't crank it.
Like,
you can't bop it. You can't do none of that. Right now, that is unprofessional, and as you see, can get you suspended or fired.
Why?
So
I mean, like, you can't drink on the job.
This is an HR nightmare.
Like, honestly, if I was on that Zoom call, I would have reported him to freaking HR. Like, yo, you guys are just gonna suspend him. Like,
and my man's out here we don't even know who he was doing it to.
And not to mention, like, I'm not gonna toot my horn because a lot of these people like to do this thing. I mean, at that point, I'm pulling all cards. Like, I'm a woman. I am a round black woman.
I'm a curvature.
I'm a young black woman. Like, I am full offended. Like, that this white man
with the hands.
Yes.
With the grabby hands. Why did he do that with the grabby hands? What?
This white man. Like, I don't know, for emphasis.
Is it the click of the nails?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is. I mean, for me, I don't care about any of that stuff, but like, yo, he needs to get full on punished. So we pulling out all the cards out there for this one. And at that point, HR is like, oh my god, we have a distressed minority here. Everybody get ready. We have a distressed minority. Like, oh my god,
stop everything. We're not being good allies.
Ooh, yeah, that's the other one too. When they apologize for not being good allies, and I'm like, just don't
cringe shit.
And I'm like, just don't be a dick. That's all you have to do. You don't need to come and tell me you're my ally. Just don't be a dick. Like, if I'm out in public and
they put this. What's this called again? When they do this thing here? Why they put this? Why they did this? What is this? Because I know this is called something in the actual article. I can't remember specifically
what it's called, but
come on, you the journalist major.
I'm sorry, it's been a long time. Okay. I can't remember. It's like, just, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, when I did like the newspaper for college, like, I feel like it was more stylistic when we would do stuff like this versus like an actual purpose. But I feel there's
a name for this,
a purpose,
and I've heard, but
it's
for emphasis.
Cannot remember for the life of me what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's essentially, it kind of to a degree is like, are you still reading? Look, here's something interesting. If you keep reading, you'll get to this quote. But then I'm kind of like, but you've already given me the quote here, so what do I need to keep going for?
Yeah, I've been seeing like a lot of these outlets do that, and it'll be like, so you're telling me that this man out here was acting crazy, Florida man acting crazy? Like, it's stuff like that. They'll just put like somebody's random quote, and it'll be like,
well, this is one of the points she just made,
this is one of her
like,
points.
A second ago.
But I usually see it when like someone's quoting somebody, like Donald Trump killed 200,000 people in a terrible display of leadership. The worst I've ever seen. Like, it'll be something like that.
Or some wild-ish, like he eats babies or something weird like that. Just like, oh my goodness.
And not to make fun of Donald Trump, I'm just making that as an example. Okay. But Eliza have fused more and more, or home and work lives have fused more and more. It's inevitable that the cracks in our professional demeanor start to show. Not to the point where you start jacking your dick off and like.
That's a little much, you know. Like
I don't. Like to catch a few Z's on the Zoom call. Maybe.
I like how they see. I like how they're like, you know, bringing our pets to work calls, showing up in loungewear and no makeup. Like most offices don't require you to wear makeup to work anyway.
I think these like people, these progressives, they really think like women just have to be like on point all the time.
Like I've worked in 3 smaller offices and I never wore makeup to work. It wasn't a necessity. And then I worked for a larger corporation, an actual corporate job, for 4 years, and that was not a requirement. I like when they said we could do casual dress every day.
Oh, you said everybody was
like
busting down.
Everybody
was like, whoa.
I mean, there was a limit, but you deadass saw me in jeans, like Spider-Man t-shirts, cardigans. You know, like I was sneakers. I wore sneakers all the time, like, or sandals. This is the pet thing. Oh, it's fun, it's cool. Like I've been on calls and they hear my dog barking in the background and it's, oh my god, you have a dog. And then once I say I have a chihuahua, it's, oh my god, you have a demon. So that's different than this. Like this is a level of decorum that you don't need to fall to.
Bro, look at this. the details around Toobin's act only serve to heighten the tale. What in the F world is an election simulation? Is it a coincidence that simulation is very close to the word stimulation? What are we doing here? Like, who is editing this for this? Like, they must have had the slowest work day, the news day, and just was like, yo, put out anything.
High key, this is what you write. Like, this to me comes off very like college freshman journalism major. I'm going to be like,
that's a journalism 101.
Like high key, this is the person who's like, I'm going to inject every bit of my personality into every piece.
This is an audition.
Yeah, I'm gonna inject every piece of my personality into the piece I write. And I'm like, listen, I understand that your article does need to have some pizzazz to a degree so people continue to read it and they don't click off or feel as though it's a snooze fest. But this situation and the gravity of it is a lot more serious than this writer is making it seem. Like she's making it like, oh my god, like how dare you guys make a big deal about someone pulling their dick out during a Zoom call, a work professional Zoom call. Just like her level of like casualness towards this is unmatched. Like props to you, I guess, for taking on, and to a degree I kind of feel like this person got assigned this story and they were just like, you're kidding, right? And their editor was like, well, should write it. And they were like, well, okay.
And then like she goes on like, does Jeffrey Toobin know the election results somehow, and has this given him some kind of clarity on the future? Fusing his political foresight and all of his urgent sexual desire into one Zoom call. Like, yo, you're phoning it in at this point. We're almost at the end. I know you're phoning it in. What erotica comes up for a law journalist to play the SCOTUS? I've never felt horny thing about John Roberts. In fact, I worry that thinking about him too long may force my body to retract its more sensitive parts, sucking them up into my abdomen like a pink turtle hiding its shell. Like you get paid by the word, don't you? You must get paid by the word, because I know they do that. You must be getting paid by the word, because this is just filler. All of this, honestly, all of this right here is just filler.
This is supposed to be the lighthearted, like, you know how sometimes in local news they do like the puppy stories about like adopting pets and stuff like that, or the really lighthearted story. Yeah. I feel like this is essentially that. This is supposed to be a lighthearted story, but the subject matter doesn't allow for that. Like, what's happening here doesn't allow for this to be as lighthearted as they feel that it is. And I feel a little dumber after reading that.
Here's some more serious stuff. Fox News. New Yorker's Dan Meyer on Zoom, where colleague Jeffrey Toobin accused him jerking it off. Is his career over? Suspended from the New Yorker, on leave from CNN. This is CNN on MSN.
Look at him. Look at that face. That's the face.
Yeah, that's the man.
The face of I might do that again.
That's the man. That's the man that you got to worry about looking you dead in the Zoom call, talking about, hey man.
Can you imagine his face, like this exact like expression, like this
expression.
This absolute like complete like just I'm here. Welcome to the Thursday night news. Meanwhile he's just yanking it, like this complete blank, just yanking it to oh hell no.
Oh crap! Pause that because that's gonna play. I think black men. I think this is gonna be higher.
Why did I read that as that like YPPO thing that they do, Black Twitter does? I saw WPO. I looked way too quick, and I thought
where did you see it?
Right there at the bottom where it says
WAPO.
Yeah, and
it's watched them.
I literally I looked and looked away, and I was like, CNN, what are you doing? And then I looked again, and I was like, oh, okay, they haven't. That would have been a nightmare.
This is actually higher than what he got in the first election.
Yeah.
I think you would have to combine these and then divide it to see how much it is. He got 8%, I think, last election. I think he's gonna get like 12 to 16, to be honest with you, the black vote. But that's just me. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap this one up. You see this man staring at you.
It's just weird.
All right, we're gonna wrap this one up because we're 22 minutes in. But this was fun. I think I'm gonna bring her on more often for just stories like this.
For flair.
For flair. Just so it made me less self-conscious.
I'm happy that I was able to put you at ease.
You put me at ease. All right, next video. Oh, subscribe and like my shit.
Wow, you are horrible.
Subscribe and like my shit. All right, like I put in. You saw all this effort. I showed you 2 news articles and gave you my opinion.
They were both articles about the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so bad at this. Like,
hey, the whole point is to be lighthearted, and have a little fun. I mean, I'll obviously on my channel I'm going to talk about more serious stuff, and there goes the fucking dogs. I'm going to talk about more serious stuff, but this was just to break the ice and just to have fun. That's all this was for.
I'm glad this is the jumping off point, talking about masturbation. It's fantastic.
All right, see you guys. Shut up.
I wrapped so tight, I didn't want to push him over the edge. As soon as I said something, all these dummies on the bus, now they're brave. He's right. Put your goddamn cock away.